On the live line with us this morning, financial strategist with Fox News Radio, Clark Hodges. As always, a pleasure. Clark, I had the pleasure of visiting my two college kids this weekend and heard some stories like you're reporting about some interesting ways those kids are spending their college loans. Tell us more.
Oh, parents would be shocked at really where some of this money goes, wouldn't you? Interesting. I've got a college student as well, so I'm sure you had a nice visit with them this weekend. But not surprisingly, that a lot of people get money into their account from the loan company, and they might go buy a pair of tennis shoes. They might spend it on a vacation. They might go out and buy some beer with their buddies. It runs the gamut, and probably half the kids that get some sort of loan spend some of that money on other things besides where it's intended. But I think that's pretty common, pretty human nature, really, if you stop and think about it.
Well, it's human nature if it's your money in the first place. But if old Steve over here is paying that loan off, you probably would like for that money to be allocated where it's supposed to go.
Right. But, to me, that's probably not real world, because I bet you that student has witnessed their mom or their dad at some point in their life get a loan for something or take a credit card and spend it money on living expenses, everyday type items. And so if a parent had never discussed with them where this money is intended to go, and you can't be spending it on this and that, and you have to be disciplined, and then I think you're pie in the sky. I think that's a reality of everyday life. But the fact is that you need to advise your child, hey, this is for this. You need to keep good records. You may need to prove someday where the money went. And so, start there. Start with keeping good records and trying to be disciplined. But most kids I find, I have 4 kids, and most kids I find, and most humans I find, are either spenders or they're savers. And a lot of times the spenders will spend as soon as that money's in the bank. And I wouldn't be surprised if most of them spend it within a week of getting it, all the amount of money that they can on fun stuff.
It's funny, too, because same parents, right? Same DNA. You'll get one of each. But that being said, yeah. What's the best practice? You mentioned this is a process. This is a good learning experience for your kid. You said keeping receipts. How do we build proper expectations to take the best advantage of something that they're going to be on the losing end of, right? They're getting a loan. They're going to be paying for this longer than they're going to school. And a lot of kids, they're going to make less money than they spent on college for a long time.
Right. If I had a child that was doing this, if they said, hey, take some of this money and I live on it, I'd say, look, here's what you need to do. If you're going to do that, then you need to take some of this money and invest it, okay? Do yourself a favor. If you're going to spend it, well, then take some of it and put it in a mutual fund. Spend it wisely. Go out and maybe put a down payment on a house. I don't know, whatever. Something that helps your future, because you might as well take advantage of it in a good way instead of just creating a big old debt for yourself down the road. Most 19, 20, 21-year-old people have no concept of paying back a loan and how long it will take. And it's just, I got the money, now let's go have fun. And that's the mentality of a lot of people. And I don't blame them at all for having that mentality. But they will have a day where this comes to roost and they owe it. Unless, of course, Bernie Sanders gets elected someday and makes it all go away for nothing.
And there it is. That is financial strategist Clark Hodges. Thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.